Welcome to Mental Health Monday. Today we are looking at self-compassion and how it not only builds confidence, but how it positively impacts your brain. So some people think self-compassion is just letting yourself off the hook or being soft or avoiding responsibility or lowering standards, but research says it's quite the opposite. So Dr. Kristen Neff, who is one of the leading researchers in self-compassion, defines it as three components. So we have self-kindness instead of self-judgment. We have common humanity instead of isolation, and we have mindfulness instead of over-identification. Now, self-compassion is not self-pity. It's actually a big part of emotional regulation. So when you make a mistake and you immediately attack yourself, you activate your brain's threat system. Now, Paul Gilbert, who developed a type of research called, a type of therapy called compassion-focused therapy in the year 2000, explains this very clearly. So he says that your brain has multiple emotional regulation systems. So the threat system is driven by fear and protection. The drive system is driven by achievement and striving. And the soothing system activates our sense of safety, bonding, and a sense of calm. But the problem with self-criticism is that it activates the threat system, and that increases cortisol. That tightens our body, that narrows our thinking, and that reduces cognitive flexibility. Self-compassion actually activates the soothing system, so that increases oxytocin, that lowers stress and stress reactivity, and it can widen our perspective. So in other words, self-compassion doesn't make you weak, it makes you regulated. And regulation improves performance. So research shows that people who practice self-compassion take more responsibility for their mistakes, show greater resilience after failure, so they can bounce back better, right? People who practice self-compassion also experience lower levels of anxiety and depression. And people who are really embracing all those areas of self-compassion also can avoid burnout and maintain motivation, persistence, and stick-with-itness, all of those parts. Because when your nervous system feels safe, you recover faster. And confidence built on self-criticism is fragile, but confidence built on self-compassion is more steady. Here's the key. Self-compassion doesn't ignore accountability, but it removes shame. And then that helps you respond in a constructive manner. So when you say to yourself, this is hard, mistakes happen, I can learn from this, you're not lowering your standards, you are lowering the unnecessary threat activation that happens when you are criticizing yourself. So when threat decreases, clarity increases. So this week we're going to practice some tools that shift your internal tone, because how you speak to yourself matters, and how you speak to yourself shapes how regulated, calm, grounded, and steady you feel. Steadiness builds self-trust. You got this. I'll see you on Thursday and we'll look at some tools.